Hey guys, thank you for being here today. I often get questions asked about how I started watercolors and if I could give some advice about it. So I'm gonna try my best to help you out a little and share as much information as I can. The most important thing to start with are the materials that you need. I'm using a Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolor palette. Before I bought this one, I was using a travel set by Winsor and Newton. I would very much advise that set because it has great quality watercolors. It has all the colors that you need to start with. It's also not that expensive. I think it's about 11 euros, so it's a pretty okay price. Back then I was using a very cheap set. The colors weren't that great, but it was great for me to try and find out if I really like watercolors. But if you are able to get a little more expensive set, then I would totally go for that because it's much nicer to work with nice materials. If you are not able to get your one yourself, I would totally go for a dollar store set because if you just need to find out if you're liking it, they work fine. What's also really important is the paper that you will be using. I would definitely say that you need watercolor paper and that you can't use regular drawing paper or sketchbook paper. I mean, you can try, but I find it very disappointing to work on non-watercolor paper because the colors will turn very muddy and also the paper will get damaged really easily, which is very frustrating. So I would definitely say to get some watercolor paper. The paper I'm using is very cheap. It's just a study watercolor sketchbook. I think it was about 3 euros and it works great for me. It has no brand, so I can't share it with you, but if you go to your local art store, I'm sure they will have some cheap options available. Flying Tiger also has pretty affordable watercolor paper for about the same price. I use it too and it's very nice, so I would definitely check it out if you like. Something else that you will need are brushes. I'm using synthetic brushes and I enjoy them. I'd say make sure you have somewhat decent. It doesn't have to be very expensive. I prefer soft brushes because they flow a little better on my paper, but you are free to use whatever you like. I would say try some brushes out and see what you enjoy working with. The sizes that I like to use are size 5 and size 6, but it really depends on the size of your work. And of course you also need water and a paper towel. Also for the actual painting, I would say try to look for subjects to paint that you are familiar with or that have easy shapes such as flowers or fruits like I'm painting in this video. So you don't have to worry much about proportions and anatomy, and so you can only focus on the painting itself, which I think is really nice. Also, I'd say don't be afraid to try other materials and use them in combination with watercolors. In the past I used a lot of ink together with my watercolors. I use them for my line work, but also use liquid ink, which can give really nice effects. So I would definitely say don't be afraid to use other materials together with your paints, especially if you are beginning. It can be really nice to have something that you are familiar with together with something new. For the techniques, I'd say try to watch a lot of YouTube videos, which can be really helpful. I think there are loads of amazing YouTube videos about watercolors that explain the techniques but also give you amazing tips which can be so helpful. I watch a lot of YouTube myself and I really enjoy watching other people paint because it can give you a lot of new inspiration about painting. And the most important thing, and you might have guessed it, is practice. It's really important to experiment and practice a lot. Besides everything I said before, the most important thing is to experiment and try new things. Try mixing colors that you think would never match. Try using different papers, a lot of water, a little water. different brushes. It makes such a difference. Yeah, you really will learn the most of experimenting and not from reading or watching videos. So if you want to start out with watercolors, I would say get some decent paper, some paints, and just try it. Just go with the flow. I'm sure you will get there really soon. I think that's it. At least what I can say in such a short video. If you want to know more or like me to go in depth about a certain subject, please let me know, because I would love to make more videos. If you like this video, please leave a comment and give it a thumbs up, and maybe subscribe to my channel if you like. I post my drawings on social media, so make sure to check that out if you like. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!